Hello, this is Graceville Solutions with another amazing Photoshop tutorial. In this video, I'll be showing how to create a beautiful happy birthday flyer just like this. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. Alright, so here we are in Photoshop. The first thing we're going to do is to create a new document. So we go to File, New, and then we are using a dimension of 8 by 8 inches, or you can use 4 by 4, okay, whichever you're comfortable with, 4 by 4 inches, but I think I'm cool with 8 by 8. So ensure it is inches, okay, ensure here is set to inches. Then you can give your project a title, so I can just say happy birthday flyer for client. All right, then you leave other settings at the default settings. Then your resolution, I usually like my designs to be crisp and sharp. All right, so I usually leave it at 300. All right, then I click create. So I click create here. So these are the documents that we'll be using for our design process. So I'm going to leave a link to this content or these documents in the description, so you can use it for your own practice sessions as well. All right, so we go back to Photoshop, and then this is our background image. So we're going to drag this and bring into our work area. So I'm just going to hold this and drag straight into our work area. All right, then I let go. Then I click the edge to expand it. And by the way, I'm using Photoshop 2021. Okay, but the method I'll be showing in this video virtually works for any version of this amazing software. All right, so I drop this and then I click to expand it. All right. Okay, you can position it properly. And then I drop my image. So now the next thing we're going to do is that I'm going to blur this background image a bit. So I go to filter, then I go to blur, and I select Gaussian blur. All right. So I increase the blur because I want it to be not to interfere with our design. So I think this is okay. I'll make it still blur it a bit. Okay. I think this is okay. You can, this is okay. This is all right. Then I click OK. All right. Okay, so we are good to go. Then the next thing we're going to do is that I'm going to drag in my image. All right. So I go back to my folder where I have my documents. So I bring in my image. All right. So I say, and then okay, this is one I want to use as the main image. So I right click and say open in Photoshop 2021. All right, so this is our image. Now the next thing, the first thing we're going to do here is to remove the background from our image. All right, but I think I might just want to increase the brightness a bit. Okay, let me just increase, make it a little bit bright. So to do that, I go to on my keyboard I press Ctrl M to bring out my curves, and then I just increase it a bit. Okay, just a bit. I think this is okay. All right, then so I'm going to remove the background from this image. Now if you're using I think as from Photoshop 2020, there's a shortcut to, or an easy way to remove your background image. Okay, now just go to click the image you want to remove the background, and then go to properties, and then you see here a tab that says remove background image. So so you click this and then Photoshop does the job for you. All right, so just hold on for the artificial intelligence function to remove the background for you. All right, good. So but if you're using an older version of this software, let's say you're using a CS6 or a 2015 Photoshop version, what you do is you go to, okay, let me Ctrl Z this. Okay, you go to where you have your tools here, your toolbar here, and then you click this, and then it says the magic eraser tool. All right, so it just removes the background for you like that, like that, like that, like that. All right, but I think I'll go with the easier option, which is okay, let me redo that, which is this. Sorry, let me just click that once again to take off the background. All right, so we have successfully removed the background from my image. So the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to drag it into our work area. All right, so I click this and I bring it right here. Okay, so we enlarge it a bit. Okay, this is great. Okay, this is cool. And then we go back to our layer here. So I can rename this client image 1, because we have 2 images, so so that it won't conflict with what we are doing. So I can rename this as client image 1. All right. So now the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to start adding our text. All right. So I'm going to add our text here. Okay, just right above the image here. So I click our text tool, and then I go for type the keyword or type the word celebration time. All right. So for this text, I'm using the 𝗕𝗢𝗨𝗧 font. All right, 𝗕𝗢𝗨𝗧. Okay, I'm using the 𝗕𝗢𝗨𝗧 font for this. All right, and I can expand or extend the spacing between the characters, or I think it's okay. Let's see, 200. Okay, this is too small. Let me leave it at 500. I think 500 is okay. All right. Okay. Then of course you can change the color of the font or of the text, but I prefer to use something. Okay, let's say you can use it a darker color. Okay, whatever I like, but I think I like to take something that matches with the color of the clients. Okay, something to match, that will match up. All right, so that's why I chose the color I chose earlier. So I go with this color. This is cool. All right, then the next thing we're going to do is that I'm going to bring in my text decoration, which is this. All right, so I right click and I select open in Photoshop. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to remove the background from this. Okay, so I go to my magic eraser tool, then I remove the background. Okay, now the one I want to use is this first decoration here. So what I do is that I go to my marquee tool, my rectangular marquee tool here, and then I select just this first area, this first decoration item here, and then I drop my marquee tool, and then on my keyboard I press Ctrl+J to duplicate this. Okay, or I hold my Alt key and drag it just to duplicate this. All right, so I deselect. Okay, Ctrl+D to deselect. So I take this decoration. Okay, I think there's a mix-up somewhere here. Okay, let me undo that. Let me duplicate this rather. Duplicate this. Okay, then I take my marquee tool once again. And I select the area I want, which is this, and then I hold my Alt key, click and drag. Okay, and I take it to my work area right here. Okay, so I can rename this as text decoration. Okay, now we can expand our work area so we will see what we're doing very clearly. Can expand this. Okay, this is cool. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color of this decoration item. I'm going to change the color to the color of the text. All right, so to do that I go to the layer panel here, and I right click and I select blending options, and then I go to color overlay. Okay, then I go to the color options here. I click this and I take my color picker tool, and I point to the whatever color I want to use, for that decoration item. So I pick this color and I click OK, and then OK. So as you can see, we successfully changed the color of the text decoration. Okay, so we are making progress. Okay, we can align this a bit. Okay, we go to our text to align it a bit. So this is somewhere here. All right, so we are done with that. We can bring it down a bit. Okay, Then we can also maybe just add some more effect to the text, maybe use an outer glow just to make it stand out a bit more. An outer glow is fine. Okay, we can also apply the same effect to our text by you copy the layer style and go to your celebration time or the text, and then you paste it, so you duplicate the exact same effect. Okay, so that is cool. Right, so we are done with that part. Go to our shape tool here and select ellipse or our ellipse tool. All right, let me position this a bit. Our ellipse tool, and then you hold your shift key, right, and drag it. You draw this. Okay. All right. Okay. I think this is too big. You can resize it a bit. All right. Somewhere here. It's okay. Okay, so we're making progress. So we can rename it as ellipse 1. All right. Now, as you can see, our ellipse tool has a layer outside the circle. Okay, but I don't want that. So what do? I go to, okay, click the ellipse tool again, and I go to no fill, or no stroke rather. I don't want a stroke, so we remove the stroke option. All right, then also I want to change the color to a bit of a darker color. All right, so I click my color picker here, or my color tool here. Okay, my foreground and background color. I click that and I scroll down to where I have a darker color. Something like this. Something like this, a darker color. And I click OK. Then I go to my paint bucket tool here. Now ensure that the ellipse layer is active. Then I take my paint bucket tool. I point and I click inside the circle. And it will ask me, do you want to rasterize the shape? I say yes, and then I click. All right, good. So we are making good progress. Now I'm sure you're having value from this video. If you are, please ensure you click the subscribe button and also give the video a like. All right, so the next thing, we go to our ellipse tool yet again. Okay, our ellipse tool. Now I draw another ellipse. I hold my shift key. Okay, I draw another ellipse. Okay, well, this time around, this one is not going to have a fill. All right, it's just going to have a stroke outside. Good. So as you can see here, the fill is set to none. Now the outer stroke is set to white. Okay, but I want to change the color of the stroke. Okay, so to do that, I click the stroke tab here and I select the color from the options here. So I want a darker color, so I go with this one. Good. Then where you have the line type, I click that and I select this. All right, so I want sort of a dotted lines around the circle or the ellipse. Okay, so I drag it right around the circle. Sorry, Ctrl Z. So I pick my ellipse tool here, the ellipse tool option, and I take it around the circle. Okay, around the first one, just like this, and I minimize it. Okay, just like so. Okay, so that's good. We're making progress. If there's any part of this video you don't understand, feel free to leave your questions in the comment section, and of course I will attend to your questions right away. All right, so you can drop your questions or any topic you want me to handle or tutorial you want to see on this channel, and I'll see to it as soon as possible. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, okay, we're going to bring in the second image. All right, we're going to bring in the second image, which is right here. So we'll go back to our folder, and this is the second image. So I right click and I say open in Photoshop. Okay, I think we're done with this, so I can close this. So let's not open too many tabs here. I think I'm also done. Okay, I think I'm done with this, so I can leave this. Okay, so this is the second image that we're going to be using for this project. So like we did in the first one, you go to properties and you select remove the background. All right, so you wait for that to come up, to load up. Yeah. All right, so we can also increase the brightness a bit by going to Ctrl M, and then you increase the brightness a bit. make it okay. Sorry, I ensure the layer is active, and I hit Ctrl M, and then I increase the brightness just a bit. Good, this is great. Now I drag my image, or I can control, I can make it a smart object by right clicking on the layer, and I select convert to smart object. All right. Now the essence of converting to a smart object is that so that your image does not become pixelated when you minimize or enlarge the image repeatedly. All right. So that's the essence of making this smart object. All right. So this is okay. Okay, then I drag it right into my work area, which is here. Okay, now ensure that it is in front of the circle. All right, ensure that this image is in front of the other circle. That's the circle that has a blue fill. All right, because we're going to insert this image right into that circle. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, I can rename it as image layer, or image 2 rather, image 2, and then I right click on the image and I select create a clipping mask. All right, so as you can see, the image has been clipped into the smaller circle. Okay, so we are going to reposition the image. Okay, I can reduce it further. Okay, like so. Then I reposition it. Okay, this is great. This is good. Like so. All right, this is good. So we can take it to the side a bit, just adjust it a bit. So I hold my control and I select the 3 layers, and okay, I take it to the left hand side a bit, take it top a bit. All right, so I can even expand the circle a bit more. All right, like so. Okay, so this is good. Now, so the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to draw another ellipse right here. Okay, we're going to draw another ellipse here and then put our happy birthday text right here. Okay, so we go back to our shape layer, select your rectangle tool and draw a rectangle like this. Okay, just like so. Okay, we don't want a stroke. So I say no stroke, but I want a fill, a blue fill like this. Then if I'm using a Photoshop 2021, okay, you observe that this circle I just drawn now has some norms at the edges. So I want to make this circle to be a bit of a curved circle. So I just click here and then I drag it right inwards to make it become like a curved circle, or a curved rectangle rather. So I take it here like this. Okay, so the next thing I do, I'm going to reduce the opacity of this rectangle. So this is the rectangle, so I can just rename it as rectangle birthday, something that that you can easily order to make me easily identify this. Okay, like so. Then I reduce the opacity like this. Okay, reduce the opacity like so. Okay, so this is cool. I can still take it down further. Okay. Okay. Then I'm going to add my birthday text. So I take my text to rather and type happy. Okay, happy. Okay, so for this text I'm going to use a font called 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗦. Okay, is it here? Okay, 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗦. 𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗥. Don't worry, I'll leave a link to this font type in the description. Okay, then I reduce the spacing. Okay, I drop that first, then I reduce the spacing between the text. Okay, like this. Okay, but first let me make it bigger. Okay, and then let me change the color. I want a darker color. Okay, darker shade of blue. Okay, let me take a darker color, change it to something like so. All right. Then I bring it right into the rectangle. Okay. Then I want to add some effect to this text, so I go to blending options. So I right click on the text layer and I go to blend options. Okay, I want to add this outer glow to this. I want it to glow. Okay, then but I want to change the color of this glow. All right, so I click the outer glow option, then the color option, then I take the color picker and I pick a color from the dress of the client. Okay, then I go to stroke. Yet again, I pick the same color and I click OK. This is cool. And then I duplicate this the text layer. I hold my Alt key on the keyboard and then I click and drag it to duplicate it, and I rename it as birthday. All right, birthday. This is cool. Alright, so I'm sure you're having value from this video. Please give the video a like, share it with your friends, and also subscribe to this channel for more amazing graphic design tips and tricks. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to import, or going to add the name of the client. So the next thing we're going to do right here is that we're going to bring in like our lower third. So I right click this and select open in Photoshop. Okay, now we want something that would match the color or match the design. All right, okay, as you can see, it's mostly blue but different shades of blue. All right, so I'm going to pick something that will match the background or the design, and this blue here looks like the best option. All right, so I'm going to take my marquee tool once again, and then I select this. Okay, I hold my Alt key and drag it to duplicate, and I take it straight into my work area and I bring it here. So I can rename this as lower third. All right, so I can also make it a smart object so it will retain its quality. All right, then I bring it down here a bit. All right, so this is cool. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to add some text to our lower third. So I go to my text and I type April. Okay, then I change my text to change my font type to a font called Anna. All right, April. Okay, increase it, bring it here. Okay, let me increase the spacing a bit. It's too packed together, so I can make it 75. All right. Okay, then I can change the font color to something from a lighter color that will be visible on that background. Okay, I think something like this is cool. All right, this is okay. April. Okay, then I duplicate this yet again by holding Alt on the keyboard, click and drag this 20th. Okay, so I change this to 20th. All right, like so. Okay, then I can add some effect to this. Okay, let me use a drop shadow to make it very visible, or very legible rather. All right, so this is okay. Then I add another text to the 20, that's TH. Okay, this time I'll change this text to this font type to black swap, which we used before. Then I increase it, enlarge it. Okay, drop it here like so. All right, let me make it darker. Use a darker shade of blue. I use the same. Okay, I think it's okay like this. Then I can just copy and paste the same effect on the number 20. So I just go to copy layer style, paste it here, paste. All right, so we are good to go. It's 20th April. Bring it out a bit. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the name of the client. All right, so to do that, I take my ellipse tool once again right here, for my toolbox, for my shape layer. I take my ellipse tool here, and then I draw a circle here. Oh, sorry, Ctrl Z. I hold my shift, and then I draw just a small ellipse. Okay, I don't want a stroke, so I say I don't want a stroke, rather, so I click this and say no stroke. Then the fill should be I think the fill, I want a color from, okay, sorry about that. Okay, so this should be I want a color from here, something that will match this. So I go to my foreground color, and I select okay, this. Okay, I go to my color picker and I click this. All right, so that's good. Then the next thing to do, okay, then I go back to my rectangle tool here, and then I take a rectangle. Okay, I hold the shift, sorry, not ellipse, but a rectangle. Okay, so I draw this. Okay, I don't want a fill, stroke rather, so I say no stroke. Then for the fill, I want okay, darker color. This is okay. Okay, and I just want a regular rectangle. Okay, so where you have properties here, okay, now as you can see, this tab here shows you that the edges are curved 46 pixels inwards. All right, but I don't want the edges to be curved, so I just come here and click this one of these edges. Now ensure that this tab here is ticked. Okay, now I come here and I drag it, take it back to 0. All right, so as you can see, it now becomes a rectangle once again. Okay, so I duplicate this by holding Alt and dragging. Okay, I drop my tool, I take this one up right here, this one here. Okay, ouch, Ctrl Z. Okay, so I make this one smaller. Okay, make this one smaller, then it should be on top of this. Okay, so I select both of them, I take it up a bit. All right, then I bring my ellipse to be close to this somewhere here, should be above them. So I reduce it a bit, reduce the size of the ellipse. Perfect. Okay, then I just give this a space, let there be a little space between both rectangles. Okay, then I select I select the two rectangles by holding my shift key, and then I transform. I click Ctrl T on my keyboard to transform, and then I right click and I select skew. So I hold my shift key and then I just, by the edge of the this transform box here, I click and I take it up. Just want to tilt it a bit. All right, something like so. So now, so this operation will transform, we turn this live shape into a regular path. So I say yes to continue. Okay, so this is cool. I bring it down a bit. Let's just close the gap. All right, bring it down further. So I hold this 3, select, and then bring it downwards a bit. All right. Then let me reduce the size of this ellipse a bit. Okay, like so. All right. So we can now put our text and the name of the client. All right. So I take my text tool and type Mrs. Okay, let me change it to a 𝗕𝗢𝗨𝗥 font, 𝗕𝗢𝗙 typeface. Okay, something like so. All right. Bring this right here. Let me change the color to a darker color like this. Okay, right here. All right, then I put the name, happiness. All right, so I go for a lighter color of this. Okay, go for a lighter color. Let me use the same color as the 20th. So I take my color picker and I select this. Okay, so I click and I drag it right here. It should be above, so I drag it. I take the text layer right above the rectangles I just drew. Okay, so that it will be visible. Okay, so I reposition it. Okay, adjust it a bit more, like so. Okay, tilt it further. Okay, let me adjust this one a bit more, like so. Okay. Okay, let me reduce the gap, the spacing between this. Okay, like this, I think is okay. Okay, let me make this, add an outer glow to this text so that it would be very visible, outer glow. Okay, let me reduce it a bit. Good. Then I duplicate this text right here, Alt and drag, and I type the surname, which is okay. Okay. Then I go to this layer where we have the 20th and just copy the layer style. So I go to copy layer style and I come to here. I paste it. Okay. I go to the other layer and I paste it as well. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to fade up. Yes, I'm going to fade the image of the client right at the background. Okay. So to do that, I'm going to duplicate this image by ensure that the image layer is selected. Then I hold my Alt key and I duplicate this, click and drag. All right. Then I send this one right behind. Okay. So I send the original image above the copy. All right. So this is the copy. So I take it right behind, like so. Okay, I drag it right behind here, something like this. Okay. Then I reduce the opacity. So I go to the opacity and I reduce it like this. Okay, I think, okay, no, I think 13 is okay. Just adjust it to in a way that it won't sort of act as a distraction to the original image. So I think 10 is okay. 10 is cool. 10 is cool. All right. All right. So our design is ready and good to go. So if there's any part of this tutorial that you don't understand, feel free to ask your questions in the comment section, and of course I will attend to them as soon as possible. So I'm sure you had value from this video. If you did, please give the video a like, share the video with your friends, and also subscribe to my channel for more amazing graphic design tips and as well as software tips as well. So till I see you in my next video, take care and stay safe.